Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So today we're going to learn English through Malayalam cinema. How do you learn English through Malayalam cinema? Five personas is all you need to fit into Malayalam cinema to speak English. One, you need to be either the villain or the gangster. Two, you need to be the druggie, the drug lord, or a psychiatrist, all the same. Three, you need to be this cool doctor or a medical person with giving this medical tongue twisters. Four, you need to be Anglo-Indian. Five, you needed to qualify with your words per minute to the Ranji Panikar School of English. So welcome again. Now, why am I wearing shades tonight? Well, that's how you depict a cool person speaking English for some odd reason. Let's get to business, right? Cool. Let's come down to the villainy part. Now, ever since our independence from the British, we needed to throw out everything that was English. So, for every poor hero from a Malayali background, he needed to have a villain who spoke English, and that's why my spirit animal comes into play, Mr. Jose Prakash himself. So he would be this gangster or the villain who is like, almost to match with the Ian Fleming's James Bond's villains. I mean, because Nasir obviously wanted to play the CID, so you needed to have somebody who was qualified enough to be his villain. So that was obviously Jose Prakash, because he would eat only with his fork and knife, and he would feed his crocodiles before he eats, and he had this big mansion where he stayed with two stairs going up to his altar, and from there he would feed his crocodiles, and he would always have a Jagu or a Pereira, and he'd be like, "Hello, Mr. Pereira," and he'd be like, "Ende mudile kunyungal beshinnu kidakkiyanu. And you're like, wow, that's the kind of gangster you want to be, He has everything that the hero wants to beat. The next person is a druggie or a drug lord or a psychiatrist, all the same, because of their mannerisms, because they're not normal, and society does not accept those people who speaks without mother tongue influence just because they were schooled in OT, like Pratap Pothan or Vijay Menon. They would come and, do these terms like neat slash, what a cut, and all that stuff. Wow. The next one, to look cool, you need to use all these medical tongue twisters. Like, let me take you back to that scene from Minnaram where Lalu Lex goes to explain Shobana's disease to Mohanlal. And Mohanlal is having this expression all throughout. I mean, that's the expression of the audience as well, because Lalu Lex goes on saying in his own slang, Police team here, Rubravira, and Aswathinda Pere. And then Soman is there in Johnny Walker, like, Johnny എനിക്കാണില്ല ഒപ്റ്റിക് നെർവ്സിലേക്കുള്ള ഞരമ്പുകൾ ഞൊടുങ്ങിയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. And he comes up with this weird term which we've never heard. Optic atrophy എന്നാണ് അസുഖത്തിൻ്റെ പേര്. Oh my goodness, literally every parent wanted to send their child to learn MBBS because of this reason. Then you have the fourth category, very important, the Anglo-Indians, because you know what, they're depicted like the Tom, Dick and Harrys in English. Like every Anglo-Indian literally had the same name, Freddie, Nicholas and Pereira. But Pereira was obviously with the villain, hello Mr. Pereira, but Freddie and Nicholas was very common. The heroes from Fort Cochin who were Anglo-Indian were Freddie and Nicholas. And then you have Julie, Lucy and Susie. And all these three, Lucy, Susie and Julie, had to go to church in their miniskirts. And obviously had a partner called Richard from their community whom she would ditch to have a baby with Babu. So, that's how you defeat English again. I mean, that's from here, mate. Yeah. But child. Let's go to the movies of the 90s. We had the Ranji Panikar School of English, and it was always based on words per minute. How much can you deliver in a minute? So, Mamuka or Suresh Gopi. Because you had to have that bass in your voice, like, Popule! And you go like, a saint can never be a rascal, and things like that. And pum, 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 pum. It's like a volcanic eruption. And like, with his own words, verbal diarrhea. And even Soman comes up like Ravara and things like that. Oh my goodness, that was a time, man. You wanted to speak English like that. And then you literally had these new actors, these new flock of actors coming in who were bullied to the core. Like Prithviraj, every time he spoke English, everybody had a problem. He touched upon the inferiority complex of everyone. Literally everybody got pissed off. Everybody has a problem. State syllabus in CBSE school, you have a problem. Because you think he speaks English and he's so cool. He's like, and they give him names like that. And then the same applies to women. I mean, look at Ranjini Haridas. There's no kick-ass anchor like her. Even now. I mean, you can't find somebody to replace Ranjini Haridas. She's the diva. And then you go on cyberbullying her because, well, she has an accent. On behalf of all of them, Prithviraj, Ranjini and all the people you bullied, all you judgy people who you're bullied for speaking English, let me tell you what the celebrities actually wish to tell you. Fuck off. Alright, now let's move on and come to the last bit of this. Now, for every Ranjini Haridas and every Prithviraj that you bully, there is always the god, Mr. Tarur himself. He is from Kerala and he's come up with something called the Tarurosaurus. Brace yourself for that experience, alright? And that's going to be something different because I don't think there's anything that Mr. Tarur cannot know from the dictionary, or so it seems, and that's what Malayalis can do. So, until next time, this is FC Boys signing off. Stay home and stay safe. Ciao.